I'm David.
And I'm Philipp.
I'm playing the older brother, Jakob Grimm.
And I'm playing the younger brother, Wilhelm Grimm.
Do you want to?
Yeah, so yeah, I think the younger brother. So I am more fascinated by the stories my older brother tells me, and it helps me to escape into another reality more than he does, because I really see the tales in my mind, and yeah, I kind of live them more than Jakob does.
Yeah, because their lives as portrayed in the play aren't so pleasant, so they use it as a way to escape the storytelling. Well, Jakob is less of a dreamer, and whereas Wilhelm, I guess, is because he's younger, he gets caught up in the tales that are told throughout the play.
Yeah, I didn't really prepare to play a young person. I wouldn't call it prepare. I just watched small kids on the street and how they move and stuff, and I read through the Grimm stories a couple of times to remember how I felt during those stories, and it helped me to remember my childhood and how I reacted back then. Yeah, it's probably more challenging than in German, but I have done it now several times, also in the English theater, and yeah, I'm getting used to it, but I like it. It's because it's more challenging. In German, I don't really have to think while I'm acting. I know how to pronounce the sentences and how to move physically while saying a sentence, but in English, I really have to think about everything.
I'm going to get you to pronounce things in British English as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, which is always a challenge.
Yeah, that's actually the hardest part.
The thing that Philipp touched upon was trying to move like a child, because the boys have to be are quite young in the play, and it's been a while since I was a 10 to 12-year-old, so it's quite difficult remembering just even standing or sitting like a young child is quite difficult to remember that all the time. Things that have surprised me. I guess you sort of forget. I mean, you know, but you don't really. I don't know. You don't really take it in as much that how brutal the stories actually are. I guess how brutal, and also how brutal their early life was. I guess back in the 18th century. Is that when we're acting? Yeah. But back in the 18th century, life would have been really quite uncompromising for many people. So it was really difficult for them, and you can understand how in those in that sort of surroundings, people would come up with such terrible moralistic tales. I think what has surprised me somewhat, and what always surprises me, is the speed with which you become comfortable being silly around these people that you've never met before. And that's one of the best things, I guess, about being in a play, because you spend quite a lot of time with people and get to know people very quickly.
I think on the internet.
From all good retailers.